The season of the summer movie blockbuster is upon us, and with it the film press's favourite comparison for CGI stuffed action movies.
Man and machine become one.
It's just like a video game.
On this day, we free our homies.
It's not like a video game. Video games are much better, and with cinema prices what they are, they also offer much better value on the important explosions per dollar metric. Feels like there should be a snappier term for that. Anyway, you tell us some big films that are coming out this year, and we'll tell you an Xbox game that does the same thing, only much, much better.
People think you are dead. Better to stay that way.
So, Hollywood has rediscovered the Western with The Lone Ranger, who is never without his trusty Native American sidekick, Tonto. I guess the accompanied ranger didn't have quite the same ring to it.
If we ride together, we ride for justice.
If you prefer your Westerns without a dash of weird Native American stereotyping, seriously, what is that bird on his head?
Why am I covered in dirt?
I buried you.
Then games have got you covered, buddy. Red Dead Redemption is exactly the kind of sweeping Wild West epic you're after. You want train robberies? You've got them. You want duels at high noon? You've got them. You want those windy Gatling guns that we thought might just be made up? You've got them too. It's Grand Theft Auto, but with cowboys, and it'll last you for months rather than 2 hours. No contest.
Today we are canceling the apocalypse!
Pacific Rim is a movie about giant pilotable robots knocking chunks out of huge sea monsters. It's been approved by Hideo Kojima, and this is the guy who created Metal Gear Solid, so that's someone who knows their stuff about huge robots. And feature-length CGI cutscenes, for that matter. But you know who else knows about huge pilotable robots? It's Respawn, the creators of Xbox One and Xbox 360 exclusive title, Titanfall. Titanfall makes you the pilot of your own giant robot, and while you won't be fighting monsters, you will be stomping on humans, catching bullets in midair, and plucking enemy pilots from their own hulking titans. And if you weren't already aware, much of the team at Respawn used to work at Infinity Ward when they came up with Modern Warfare's 1 and 2. No Idris Elba though, we'll give you that, Pacific Rim, we'll give you that.
When we first clapped eyes on Neil Blomkamp's similarly themed follow-up to District 9, we felt a creeping sense of familiarity. Giant utopian city, you say? Set in a space station shaped like an enormous ring, you say? Everything explodes, you say? Why, that's almost exactly Mass Effect 3's Citadel.
We need to stand together. The Reapers won't stop it.
Sci-fi doesn't get much more involving than Mass Effect, and while Elysium focuses on humanity's dirty laundry, namely the conflict between the rich and the poor, Mass Effect takes on conflict at a much grander scale. How's uniting all the disparate races in the universe against a common threat for a particularly troubling entry on your to-do list? Plus, we're only guessing, but the chances of Matt Damon getting any kind of Mass Effect sexy time wearing that robo-suit is pretty much zero.
Whoever has this has the power to override their whole system.
Unless things are about to get really freaky.
I'm scared.
How do we know they're coming?
They're coming. Ready?
World War Z sees Brad Pitt playing an aged Kurt Cobain trying to track down a cure for the zombie apocalypse that's spread across the globe. Has he tried Lithium? You know, like the song? Showing our age, aren't we? Still, Xbox Live Arcade has its own zombie phenomenon in the shape of State of Decay. It's not quite on a global scale, but it's still one of the larger open-world zombie games around. Certainly big enough to drive around, occasionally smashing Zeds in the face with a car door. And much like World War Z, the real enemy isn't man, it's the zombies. You know, the ones running around aggressively chewing people's faces off?
Don't know how many times I've been crossed off the list and left for dead.
Riddick is another outing for Vin Diesel's character Richard B. Riddick, who first appeared in Pitch Black.
So this ain't nothing new.
This one's easy.
The darkness, for me, is where I shine.
The character has already had an outing on Xbox 360 in Chronicles of Riddick: Assault on Dark Athena. A bit like Batman Arkham Asylum, it's a perfect take on the character, with stealthy shadow hiding mixed with crunching first-person combat. As a companion to the original film, it does the job beautifully, certainly better than the shocking Chronicles of Riddick movie.
Are you gonna stop the monsters now?
I am the monster.
Plus, based on that Riddick trailer, it's actually got better graphics than the film.
In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
Man of Steel follows in the rich tradition of Dark Knight Rises and Iron Man 3 by making its signature superhero, in this case Superman, bloody miserable as well. Come on Clark, you can fly, would it hurt to crack a smile?
Excuse me.
If you'd rather see a hero that actually enjoys the ability to kick people into space, you want to play Saints Row 4, in which you're a superpowered President of the United States. You've even got a Superman-esque ability to freeze things, but instead of using it to save lives, you're using it to smash your opponents into a zillion tiny smithereens with a dubstep gun. Yes. No exploded girlfriends, no anxiety attacks after comprehending the enormity of the universe, and no complaining about being able to run at Mach 3.
I'm more of a puckish rogue.
So there you have it. Hollywood, you've had your day in the sun. Anything you can do, we can do with Day 1 DLC and tacked on multiplayer. That'll teach you for letting Uwe Boll anywhere near our precious video games.
The imaginatively titled Riddick is another outing for Vin Diesel's Richard B. Riddick character, who, is his name really Dick Riddick?
Yeah, Richard B. Riddick.
Dick B. Riddick. B. Riddick.